Hello, this is Zed, and my chosen material is the first week's reading, so it's Tennessee Williams' A Street Named Desire, and my reading parts are the first 3 chapters of this novel. And now I'm going to tell you the summary of the first 3 chapters. It all started in a 2-story corner building on the street in New Orleans called Elysian Field. And in this area, there are lots of dark-skinned races. I won't say that N-word, so I'm going to refer them as Africans. And you can often hear blue music being played there. And in Elysian Field, there are a group of people living in there, and they were quite happy and enjoying their life in the beginning. But it all changed when Bletch showed up. The reunion of the sisters, which is Bletch and Stella, was joyful. Yet Stanley, Stella's husband, doubted that Bletch is lying about the loss of their home, Belref, and it is actually a French word, Belehev, which means sweet dream. And now I'm going to share 2 parts of the chosen material that interest but also annoyed me the most. So in page 3, the first paragraph said that the building is called Elysian Field, but it is in the corner of the street, and it is in a poor section. What's more, it says that that area have a raffish charm. To me, raffish doesn't sound like a compliment, and in my opinion, this raffish refers to the later part of this paragraph. It says that there are African entertainers and there is blue piano which expresses the spirit of the life which goes on there. So this paragraph actually sounds quite sarcastic. Elysian Fields should be a great place for people to live, but the building is in a poor section and it's an old building. And back in the time, Africans were actually deemed as inferior than other races. So is this place actually Elysian Field? What's more, do people there having a life of what they wanted, were they happy or not? The second part that I'm going to share is on page 65, when Stanley hit Stella. And after cooling down, Stanley said, "Stella, my baby doll has left me." "Eunice, I want my baby. Eunice, I keep up ringing until I talk with my baby." So why does this part interest me and annoyed me the most? Because if Stanley really do love Stella, why would he do that to her? Why would he hit her and yell at her? And what's more, in the later part, it seemed like they have forgiven each other. But will the relationship between them be as solid as it used to be? So now I'm going to explain the importance of landscape in these 2 parts. In the first part, I mentioned Elysian Field. Landscape often remind us as a beautiful place with comfortable appearance, but in my opinion, and in this paragraph, landscape can also be in a poor section, in a corner, or in a old building. As long as it draws us near, as long as it is appealing to us, then it could be a landscape. And the second part, which I mentioned, the violent behavior of Stanley. We shouldn't be like Stanley. After ruin up everything, he started to regret and hope that they could be back together. It's just like humans. We like nature, we like mountains and seas, forests and jungles, and all the beautiful nature landscapes. But we didn't appreciate it and we didn't protect it. So it is polluted and it is ruined. And after the pollution we made, it is impossible for us to reverse the damage. The only thing we can do is try not to damage it and make it worse. So it is like the relationship between Stanley and Stella. They might be able to fix their problems, but for humans, we cannot fix the damage that we've done to our Earth. So we should protect the Earth and stop damaging it. And this is the end of my sharing. Thank you for listening.